So hey McFly subscribers, I'm going to be tying something called a bully bluegill. And it's a really easy pattern, yet catches a ton of fish, okay? So first, you're going to start with some lead. And of course, I'm not counting. I'm used to tying these and counting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's 8. We'll do one more for good measure. But anyway, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so that's a total of 16. So this is 0.010 lead. There we go. And basically, this is size 12 hook. This is size 12 risen. They're barbless, okay, nymph hook. If you're using a different brand, whatever, that's fine. I really like these, by the way. They're a good deal for what they are. They're really good quality hooks, and I think you get 25 of them for like $4 for barbless is pretty good. And anyway, so you want to wrap this. So I use a 0.10 on this size 12 hook. Okay, so that's what I do. So you're going to want to do that, and I actually do that with a whole bunch. I've already done it with a couple. The extra light there. Yeah, that's a little brighter, isn't it? All right. So we'll try it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pinch it off, push it nice and close together, and you're going to want to have it way in the back, close to the back bend of the hook. Okay, so that's where you do it. I've already done that with 6 others. Usually that's what I do. I'll make a whole bunch with lead. These are really quick to tie, so I usually tie 6 to 12 of them at a time, fill my box, sometimes even more. So I'm going to pause you guys for a minute and go wash my hands, because playing with lead, you don't want to put this in your mouth. You just don't want it on your skin for a long time. It is lead, all right? And for thread, I'm going to use Vivas 10-aught. You want something stronger, and you could probably get away with a 6-aught thread. In fact, probably that's what you'll want to use if it's not Vivas. I personally like the 10-aught because it's a little flatter and it makes that head a little neater. But I'm doing orange here, just for a little hot spot, and all you're going to see it is right at the head, okay? Everything else is going to be covered up. So you want to start, leave yourself a little like eye length space of at the front here, just because you'll be tying in materials there. And then you want to bring it all the way back and then tie over the lead. There we go. And that kind of cinches it down. And then you want to, it doesn't have to be perfect, but make this semi even, because you'll see in a second. So now we're taking ultra chenille. Okay, I'm doing the micro size because it's small. And I'm going to tie that in right at the back. You want to really tighten that. And that's why I use the Vivas 10-aught, because it is strong. The Vivas 6-aught is even stronger. You'll probably want to use a 6-aught unless if you've got Vivas. So go ahead and spin your thread. Okay, I'm spinning it right now, uncording it, while I do the next step. So next, I add, you don't have to do this, but just for durability, I add some super glue. And then you just wrap it with chenille. Like I said, this is a really simple fly. And for some reason, it's just super duper effective. It's on Sunfish, and heck, I caught a couple really nice Rios last week with it. So, with this exact color that I'm going to tie for you. And so, did really good. Only I didn't do the orange hot spot on it last week. I think I just did black thread, but I figured I'd try it with the orange. So there we go. So you want to just kind of, there we go. So makes like a little fat back, and this is going to be it's kind of like a spider fly. Okay, so I'm going to brighten that up a little better for you guys. You want to take a single strand of some kind of round wire. I'm sorry, round rubber legs. You could use a flat as well, and I will do one in a minute with flat, and you'll see the difference here. But this is round, and these are the centipede legs, which I kind of like because the centipede legs they have the speckles. Okay, so it gives it kind of a different look. It just seems like a silly fly, and it is, like I said, super duper easy. Seems silly, but man, this thing works really well. So you want to fold this in half, okay? And then you want to tie it in right in the center of that. Half fold, okay? Now you've got this split like that. So I've got two coming off the back end here, and you want to bring it up like that, and they're split out, and then you bring this one up through. So the front end has still got the loop on it. You just bring that loop right up through. Tie that in right in the center of those two split like that. You can see. Tie back down on it. Give yourself a nice little round head there. Whip finish this fly, and you are all set. Then, well, sort of. All right, so then cut that loop so it's not looped anymore. Let's bring you guys out a little bit. You guys are really tight in. Hold on. So there we go. So you can see this was looped, these two here at the top. Those were looped. And you just cut that off. And then you could leave it long. I would try to trim them all to the same length here, sort of. And that's it. You could fish it like that. Personally, to make it a little more durable, I add some Solarez Bone Dry. It comes in a handy little paintbrush here. And I would say I'm sorry for my kids in the background. Kind of noisy, but I noticed in the last couple videos this new mic is very directional, and so you kind of don't hear them. So you might not be hearing them. So then that's it, guys. And that's done. You can leave it long like that. Personally, I actually like to shorten these up a little bit because I find that the bluegill will, you just basically pull them up like that and cut them off. And I like it right about slightly longer, as you can see, than the tail end there, because I find that the fish will end up just nipping on that, and then they won't get hooked. So if it's a little shorter, they won't. All right, guys. So let's try one more, and this time I am gonna tie it with silly legs. Now, you don't want the big size silly legs. You want the nymph silly legs, the smaller ones. These are a little thinner, okay? But they're the same thing as silly legs. The problem is they're a little more fragile, I guess you could say it. And so those centipede legs are thicker, and they don't, I wouldn't say thicker, but they're more durable. They don't break as easily. So again, make a little ramp, tie this down, keep this keep that easier, because what happens is if there's a big bump there, this is going to end up pulling off, and you'll see wire, the lead wire or the under thread. Okay, and you might think, why lead back there? Well, this will, the way that it sinks when it hits the water, it sinks butt end down like this, and these legs flutter, and they just kind of flutter as they go, as it goes down. It looks like a little spider sinking in the water. Man, the bluegill, all panfish, sunfish, bass. I've caught bass. I've caught catfish with it. It's just a really good fly. I did not create this, by the way, guys. I am not the inventor of this fly. Other people have. Excuse my kid. I don't know if you can hear. He's in a bad mood and yelling, so excuse him. But anyway, I forgot the guy's name that invented this fly. But it is really a genius fly and simple, and that's I mean that's the ticket. It's simple. You can fill a whole box with this quickly. So I mean, if you want to use your rotary feature on your vise, you could. You can just fill it up real quick. Okay. I like coming up close to the eye, but not fully. Okay, so you don't want to cover up the eye with this. You want to keep it close to it, but not cover it. All right, and then come back a little bit, so that way you can tie in. So let me show you what I mean. And I'm going to break this actually on purpose here, so you can see. So this is the silly leg, and in fact, these are a little longer. They come in, so you can actually cut these in half. So when you break it off of the thing, you can see this one's in half, and this one's a full one, right? So it's really hard to see on the camera. Sorry, guys, I'm not going to pull out for you to see it. But basically, you want to cut one of the strands in half, and that should be enough, at least for this size. Okay. Fold it in half like before. Do the same thing. See how that's split apart there? You've got a loop there. Bring the loop up through it and tie it down. Now, if, oops, I am not tight enough on that vise. All right. So, but if you tie down tight and then pull, see how that just broke? It's really easy to break it, and I was not pulling that hard, so then that's done. You got to tie in a new one, basically. So just be careful when tying these in. They do pop off. I've noticed fish will bite these ones off a little faster, but they work really well. They kind of flutter a little more too. So I notice maybe a few more bites with it, but just know it's not as durable. Okay, really cool little stuff though. I like I like it, especially the different colors. They got a lot of cool colors with this stuff. But basically, you're tying it the same way. You can clip that. See how I just clipped it? And you can clip it at any point before you whip finish. Whatever, doesn't really matter. If you got the scissors in hand, do it. Just do whatever feels right to you. Whip finish. This one's not fully even. You can pull it, but again, with these, be careful. Don't pull too much. Looks like that is sitting too much on top of this one. Okay, that kind of flattened it a little more, but that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's kind of the point. It's not going to be perfect, and boom. There you go. You got the silly legs. And I've noticed also the silly legs tend to stand up a little bit higher here. But they're interesting. It's a little different look. This one's, let's see, what color is that? It's the sandbarred. It's a pretty cool little color. I figure that would work with it. So UV resin. Paint that on. Cure it. And you could use head cement, whatever you want to use, whatever you've got. If you don't have UV resin, don't use it. Use something else. But help keep that durable. You'll want to do something, you know. So let's do one more, guys. Now you can use so many different colors, any color that you can find for chenille. Now I do like this thin chenille, the ultra thin. They make small sized, I think, ultra small. This is called micro. Sorry, it's micro ultra chenille. So ultra chenille. This one's the dark brown. It's micro, basically, micro size. Okay, and I like it. I like the ultra chenille a lot. I think that works great with this pattern. But you could use a regular chenille. Just make sure it's the small size. Too big, and you're going to get into the hook point here. Okay, so you don't want it to impede your hook set, right? Whoop. Somehow that pushed it down too much. All right, so there we go. Build that ramp. You really want enough here, weight. So on a size 14, I generally do 8 wraps with the 0.01, 8 lead, 16 total, sorry, 8 going up, 8 going down, lead wraps. With like I'm sorry, this is size 12, sorry. With the size 12, I do 8. With the size 14, I do 7. And with the size 16, I do 5, I believe. Might be 6. Now if I go with a little bigger, like size 10, I'll actually jump up to 0.015, which creates a much thicker, but that's okay because the hook point can handle it. It's usually a little more room on the hook point. Let's do one more wrap here, guys. What am I doing? You can, like I said, you can uncord the thread. Sometimes I'll do that. It'll really kind of help you get that going in nice. And you kind of want to make this even so those silly legs sit on there nicer. I've got an extra piece here, so we'll use the silly legs. Again, I do like those centipede legs, and they come in multiple different colors as well. So all these come in a couple different colors, so you can get creative. You know, whatever color thread you want to use, whatever color chenille, whatever color legs. Just get creative. Make these. Oh, 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 oh. Let's try that one more time there, guys. Oh, and I even popped the thread there. I don't know what I'm doing right now. That's okay. The UV resin will cover all that up. Again, these are for me. These are not to sell, so I'm not even worried. I don't care about blemishes when I'm fishing them, because fish don't really care that much. But when I sell them, you know, I want to make sure they look nice. They're perfect for a customer, you know. So a lot of times you'll see I'll like toss one aside, and those usually become mine. I'll fish those, or I'll sell them later in the year, like, you know, in like a lump, you know, bunch of flies that are what I'll call like seconds or whatever. What am I doing? I got to cure that, don't I? My goodness, guys, it's been a long day. Don't mind me. So, all right, let's go ahead and trim those. You could leave them multiple different sizes if you want. I like kind of keeping them even. It's up to you. I'm tying 6 of these today, so might as well have you come along. You've already seen it tied now twice. Come on along. We'll tie all 6 together here. The rest I'm going to use these centipede legs because I like them a lot. And this color combo with the centipede legs is what got me the Rios last time. It just, as soon as this thing hit the bottom, they were picking it up. I might think about trying to maybe change up the pattern a little bit to make it heavier, because those Rios really like it hitting the bottom. So kind of want to have it go down quick, if that makes sense. Wow. Boy, I don't know if you guys can hear that. My kids sound like Call the Wild. Just now, this is a weekend, so my wife is here, so it's okay. I'm not like leaving my kids out to fend for themselves out in the living room or anything. So I usually like to have a couple of them, a couple turns by hand, and then I can use the rotary feature for the rest of these. Cover that up. Bring it back a little. Yeah, get creative with this, guys. I mean, boy, I like the really bright colored ones too. They make like a chartreuse ultra chenille. You could do a bright thread like I'm doing, or you can go more kind of natural look. I like tying them. They almost look like little grubs in a way if you tie them like with the white chenille. Pretty cool. It's definitely one of my favorite patterns to fish. For warm water, when I'm fishing like a 3-weight, they're easy to fish. Not a lot of weight to them, so when I'm fishing something like a 3-weight or 4-weight or whatever, these work really well underneath like a foam fly, maybe like a Chernobyl ant or whatever. Work really well like that, and they, put a longer, have it, dip down a little longer, leader off the back end of the Chernobyl or something, and yeah, and I mean you've got a pretty deadly combo for sunfish. Like I said, I mean bass eat these and all that. And if I'm not talking, I'm just really tying these, I can usually get about 5 of them in 15 minutes, so that's not too bad. They're about a 20 fly an hour type fly, so I mean I've been known to tie a bunch of them. I just don't go through that many flies, so I don't lose a lot. I mean I do lose some, but 5 usually for a trip is enough for me, so so I usually do 5 or 6 at a time. But yeah, once I get over that lead a little bit, then I'll just start the rotary. So if you got your rotary, it saves you a little time, but not necessary. Oh. What happened there? All right. Let's come back a little further. That's not enough for him. Yeah, guys, tell me what you think about this new camera. I know a lot of you have already commented on it. I like it a lot, and it is a different style of tying I'm doing, now, a different type of video. I'm not, doing the voiceover thing or anything anymore, and these are longer for sure. They're definitely longer videos, but some of you have said that you liked it better because there's a little more info in it. Others don't like it as much, and that's okay. But let me know what you think of the camera, at least. If it's a camera that you think really adds to it. Can you see much better? I think I can, but not not everyone has the same internet, and so I guess I guess how it will play, if it plays 4K or not, might depend. So if you guys are watching it in non 4K, are you still noticing much of a difference? Does it really matter? I think the voice quality is going to be a little better. This is a really high end, it's a Rode, I think it's called, mic that came with this, and really, really nice. I'm loving it. But let me know what you guys think. Also, if you guys are familiar with this fly, let me know what is your favorite color combo to fish it in. Now guys, I'm tying these for myself. So whenever I'm tying for myself, I'm always tying in the Risen hooks because I think they're great hooks. I use them, and they're a really good deal. Like I said, you get, I think for $4 for these, for barbless, $4 for 25 hooks. It's kind of hard to beat, and they're good quality. They're not like junk. I've before gotten some cheap hooks like that, and you know, I tossed them in the trash. They were garbage, but these are good. I like fishing them, especially their barbless hooks. So go check those out. Risen Fly, www.risenfly.com, and make sure you type in the discount code. So they gave all my subscribers a discount. So it's McFly. So the name of my channel, MCFLY, is the discount code, McFly. McFly Angler, and so go ahead and check that out. Get yourself a discount. They sell rods and reels and hooks and some fly tying materials and a whole bunch of stuff, so it's definitely a really good resource for, you know, good deals. This is an expensive sport, you know, and people go out and they think they have to spend $800 on a fly rod and that much on fly reel or whatever it may be, and you just don't. I mean, you can if you want to. There's some good stuff out there, no question. But Risen has some really, in my opinion, great quality rods and reels, and definitely worth the. I mean, you can get a good setup. In fact, this last time I went out catching the Rios, fished with a 3-weight. It was a 3-weight Genesis rod, and their new Armor reel, and it's $100 each, and so a $200 setup for the whole thing. Kind of hard to beat in fly fishing, at least, and fly fishing is an expensive sport. So really good deals and high quality and really good customer service there too. That's why I use them, and am okay with promoting them, because the customer service, I've had a couple that I've promoted before that treated you guys terribly, and I was just like, no more, I'm not going to promote you guys. But Risen really has some great customer service, and you know, I'm happy to promote them because they make good stuff and treat you guys well. So but like I said, good hooks, go check them out, and everything in their store, you can get 15% off with the code McFly. So go check it out. All their stuff is good. Even have, I think, some simple fly tying materials too. Now, little trick here, guys. If ever there's a time where see how they're all which way and you want it to lay a little flatter, you can do this with other things. When you're going to set it, just pull it down and set it, and see how that now is a little flatter, because the UV resin set there. So I'll do that sometimes if I can't seem to get, you know, these materials sometimes don't want to cooperate, and so little tricks like that can help. But there we go. There's 6 of them, guys. Got all 6 done on camera. Got 6 of these. I usually time a little quicker, usually about at least 15 an hour, but oh well. I'm talking, chatting. But there we go. Let's see if I can. Yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to show on camera here, but there's all of them. But yeah, it's a good little pattern, guys. I mean, it really is. I love it. I think it catches a ton of fish. That's the thing. just all types of fish. Mostly warm water species. I personally haven't fished them for trout, but if you have, hey, if you've caught them caught with trout, let me know. Say something in the comment section, okay? Let me know if you've caught trout with these. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you on the next video. Now you go catch some fish.